What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep look at something a lot of players have been wondering about. How well does Warzone actually run on the Xbox Series S in 2026? This console has always been known as the budget next-gen option, but Warzone is a demanding game, so the question is simple: can the Series S keep up? Let's start with the most surprising part of this whole experience: the visuals. Warzone on the Xbox Series S looks far better than you'd expect for a console at this price point. The textures are sharp, the lighting feels modern, and the overall presentation is clean and polished. Whether you're flying over Urzikstan, pushing through dense urban areas, or fighting in open fields, the game maintains a level of visual quality that honestly feels impressive for such a compact machine. You get detailed environments, clear weapon models, and effects that look genuinely next-gen. It's not Series X quality, of course, but it's far beyond what you'd expect for a console that costs a fraction of the price. But visuals are only half the story. What really matters in Warzone is performance, and this is where the Series S continues to surprise. The gameplay feels smooth, responsive, and stable from the moment you start moving. Your aim feels tight, your movement feels fluid, and the game doesn't struggle even when things get chaotic. Explosions, gunfights, smoke grenades, multiple squads fighting at once. The Series S handles it all without breaking a sweat. There are no noticeable stutters, no sudden drops, and no weird lag spikes that throw off your aim. It's consistent, and consistency is everything in a game like Warzone. Now, let's talk about something players always worry about: network stability. Warzone is a massive online game, and lag can ruin the experience instantly. But on the Series S, the connection feels solid. Your shots register correctly, your movement syncs well with the server, and you don't get those frustrating moments where you feel like you're half a second behind everyone else. The console keeps up with the action, and that's a huge win for competitive players. However, and this is important, the Series S isn't perfect. There is one drawback, and it's something you'll notice pretty quickly: loading times. Launching the game takes longer than you'd expect for a next-gen console. You hit the icon, and the game takes its time getting everything ready. It's not painfully slow, but it's definitely longer than most modern titles on the system. And once you're in the menus, loading into a match also takes a bit longer than you'd hope. You'll see the loading screens linger, and sometimes you'll be waiting while your squad mates are already selecting their loadouts. But here's the thing: this doesn't seem to be the Series S's fault. It feels more like a Warzone issue than a hardware limitation. The game is massive, constantly updated, and packed with assets, and that weight shows in the loading process. Once you're actually in the match, the performance is excellent. The only slow part is getting there. And honestly, once the match starts, the Series S redeems itself instantly. The smoothness, the responsiveness, the visual clarity, it all comes together to create a genuinely enjoyable Warzone experience. You never feel like the console is holding you back. You never feel like you're at a disadvantage. If anything, you'll be surprised at how well this small machine handles such a demanding game. So, what's the final verdict? Warzone runs surprisingly well on the Xbox Series S. The visuals are impressive, the gameplay is smooth and stable, and the overall experience feels far better than you'd expect from a console in this price range. The only real downside is the slightly long loading time when launching the game and entering matches. But once you're in, the Series S delivers a rock-solid Warzone experience from start to finish. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more comparisons, performance tests, and deep dives. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.